Hi friends, Cathee Stegall here, one of the directors over at Memory Matters. I'm going to show you a fun technique today that you can use for mindfulness. That's just the art of clearing your mind at the end of a busy day or the beginning of a morning. Here is a book I'm going to go by, and it's called Zen Doodles or Zen Tangling, but it's very easy to learn. It's also, you can look it up on YouTube. This one has just great ideas in it. So we're going to start by doing something simple with a little design right there. We'll see how it goes. So you're going to take your little square that I've marked off at 4.5 by 4.5 inches, just a regular pen. I like the Signo Uniball gel pens. And you're just going to put a design in here, any kind of a squiggly design. I think this is the fun part. And I'm just going to come around like that. Okay, so we've got our design squared up. And then we're going to start putting in little tiny patterns around the edge. And I'll show you. This is one I did around Easter time. Very simple. And then I've started one on my hand. So once you get your pattern, and you put in your sections, as I like to call them, then you're going to start making a design. And I usually start on the edges, makes it a little easier to guide yourself by. There's no perfect in this, it's just really whatever you feel like doing. In the meantime, your brain has time to just download the day, get out of your brain, as they say, and into your imagination a little bit. Everybody has different designs they like, but that's a really good way, is just to practice like this. Make a square, start doodling. I learned to doodle when I was bored in school, I hate to say, or on the phone with a friend. And then a fun thing to do is fill in those spots so you have that black and white construction going on. With little patterns. Really, that's what you're doing. It's almost like paper quilting. So now that I got that little pattern started, I might go ahead and mark off another bigger space and maybe start with some big pattern in the middle. Then I'm going to reduce it down again to another little space. And I just do lines. So really, as it progresses, every one of them looks different. Sometimes I'll go back in and color back in a spot. Doesn't have to make sense. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just what your brain wants to do. I get a lot of my inspiration from nature, so I'm always seeing I have a bit of a leaf pattern in many of my Zen tangles. And I think it's just something that grows on you, and the more you do it. Now you can get into the professional level. There are some amazing artists online that you can look up. Zen tangling. A lot of great books you can get. But I like to not make it too hard and make it just simple. So that flower pattern's kind of fun. Filling in the space, you can do lines that you might fill in, a line that you might leave open, and do it that way. Creating space. Mine always has a story to it when I'm done. There's always something that I find I've worked on, and then all of a sudden that surprise happens. So, again, little patterns. They can repeat or not and create something new. So when they're all put together, they just begin to form something that looks unique and yours. And again, this is called Zen Tangle or Zen Doodle. Hope you enjoyed this little project today. I'll bring another one tomorrow.